identity, your tribe or your ethnic and all that. So they speak directly to that to attack that intentionally so that maybe one day the hatred will be so grown enough that we can begin to kill ourselves. And to what end? Now, here is something. When you look at the Igbo bigots, majority of them are losers as well. Okay, when you see proper Igbo bigots, whether young or old, pure losers, and you just need to take a look at their lives. And their own excuse is that, number one, they are not supposed to be part of Nigeria. Okay, if they have been allowed to have Biafra, by now they won't have anything to. They won't be dealing with some of these things. They will probably be dealing with a different problem. You see, that's going to be like, oh, that's a valid point. Reason why you probably don't like the system, right? Yeah. But the problem there is that as a bigot or somebody who is like a, proper homegrown bigot, I'm talking about the Igbo bigots now, right? He's angry at his own Igbo politicians, of course. But his anger is not kind of beyond the level of, if I have a chance, I'm going to burn down the house of the politicians. I'm going to burn down the house of the state governor. Like, get that angry, right? Then while he's there, still angry at Nigeria, he needed somebody else to blame. And that's probably going to be that Yoruba guy. Yeah. Man, look at the Yorubas. Oh, look at the Hausas. Look at the Fulanis. Easy. Now, if you have any reason or anything that says, if I have my chance of fighting, I would rather, I'm talking about bigots now. I'm not talking about the Igbos now. I'm talking about the Igbo bigots. In their mind and head, man, if all Igbos can just join hands, and just deal with all these Yorubas, all these Hausas, all of them together, including me, because I'm a Yoruba man. So no matter where or what a Yoruba man says against the entire injustice in the system, it's just trying to kind of be nice to us. I don't trust Yoruba, Igbo bigots. And those are the type that ordinarily, very loud, they will tell you about how, because listen, they know that the Yoruba bigots, those ones who are like mental, and their own line of argument is about Lagos, not the rest of Yoruba land that is so underdeveloped, right? Just Lagos. Then Igbo bigot feels like, if I want to show the Yoruba bigots, show the Yorubas how much I mean, if I have my chance, I will just mobilize the Igbos to burn down the entire Lagos. That's somebody, like I said, a loser. Because ordinarily, right? And same thing to a Yoruba bigot too. A Yoruba bigot is like, we have no job. Look at our people. Man, if we are not part of Nigeria, we would have probably been a great country. Listen to this. So, not being great is not just because we are part of Nigeria. It is because the Yoruba criminal politicians, like the Igbo criminal politicians who are part of Nigeria, want us to remain as part of Nigeria. But the bigots sees that. So we just look beyond all those failing criminals, called governors, reps, this or that, who are pretty much like anti-Yorubas. Like you have the Igbo politicians, right? Anti-Igbo, they are anti-Igbo. So a Yoruba bigot will be like, these guys are unable to provide us job. We are poor. But how come some of these non-Yorubas are the ones making it in Yoruba land? To the point that all of us, I'm talking about their bigots now, all of us who are this, we don't have real education. We don't have any real skill. There is no systemic support. And it's because we are part of Nigeria. So they look for who to blame. Even though the Igbos are the top of their pie, right? They blame everybody else. So to them, if a chance happen right now, we just chase away all these foreigners, as they like to call non-Yorubas in Nigeria. If we chase them away, we can just own all these properties and all these things. That is the mindset of a bigot. But now let's now kind of separate those bigots from Igbo land and the Yoruba bigots now, so that you can be able to understand. When you go to Igbo land, you will see Yorubas, Yoruba families, Yoruba communities. To a bigot, they don't matter if they have to be destroyed there and all of their own decades of existence there, right? Gone. They don't care. Same thing with an Igbo bigot who has no single investment in Lagos. He's the loudest. Let us burn down the place. We build Lagos. And that's one very, very, very wrong assertion that even those who pretended not to be bigots, they kind of speak it out as well. The Igbos build Lagos. And yeah, I think that's something that makes the Yoruba bigots, their blood boils. And when they say that, it is called an incitement. There are some of you who kind of also say that. So Lagos State, well, states now, they happen to be the former Federal Capital Territory. Everything that is in there is built by people from all over Nigeria. And you see this, your ethnic and tribal Olympics. It's actual time, somehow, right? Some of you to stop being recruited into it. You say that to make who offended idiots. Lagos is no man's land, blah, 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 blah. Who gets offended by such? Losers. Because listen, if the wealth of the land is being held by just few people, the few against majority, it is only a loser that will actually blame someone else and ignore the real culprits. And that's what I do on Mayegun's Diary Politico, because to me, it is the actions of the criminal politicians that I want to talk about, how they affect you, affect me. It is not where they come from and how much you kind of will be offended if anyone says something about them. So I have the Igbo bigots that calls me a spy. This is the problem again. Because it is so rare. It is so rare. Even people who pretended. I've seen people who pretended to be, educated and neutral. They will say, this is what I want to say about Igbos. This is what I want to say about Yoruba, blah, 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 blah. But they can't really hold it together for long. So it is so rare for these common bigots to see a Yoruba man speak so passionately about the injustice suffered by non-Yorubas. And it's like, I'm going to put that one up. It is so rare to see anybody to be genuine about the injustice that everyone suffers. It is so rare in Nigeria of today to see people who put themselves in the shoes of others when they actually not suffering anything relative at all to what majority are suffering. Why some are so busy trying to play their classism, class war in Nigeria. I saw a video. Like I said, when you see those who want things destroyed, these are losers. When you see Yorubas, the Yoruba Abobakus, they do not speak for the Yoruba people. Now, I was talking about the damages, Abi, that they do not care because they are losers. When you see Igbo bigots, who has nothing to show, it will want something like any relationship that is loving, peaceful, or whatever it is, destroyed. He has nothing to lose. He can use all the other legitimate reasons for why he is angry or like that. Oh, but he's a bigot that can no longer hide it. And that same goes for a Yoruba that wants others destroyed. And this, in this case, systemically targeted. They are losers. Some of them don't live in Nigeria. In fact, most of them don't live in Nigeria. But because they are losers, they forgot that even though some of this your hatred against yourselves, right, they are politically motivated. The victims of a failing country, these victims are people from your every tribe and ethnic this and that. Everyone is sharing from that, okay? But you will see that when you look beyond the surface and you look deeper, before this APC, Egbekegbe's hatred become a thing and then institutionalized in Nigeria, people who have had relationships, families that have been created out of love, Yorubas who have married Igbos, Igbos who have married Hausas, Hausas who have married Ijos. I'm just using all this mixture because that's what Nigeria is. They thought if we marry ourselves and we begin to give birth, inter-ethnic, inter-tribal, inter-religious marriages, relationship, businesses, that one will make all of us one Nigeria. It seems to kind of be working until APC, Egbekegbe, seized power in Nigeria. And they just cut off that fourth line. I mean, that's a fourth line. And they do not care if family had to be shred apart, if relationship had to be torn apart, if decade-built, loving families are to be, they don't care. They are not even thinking it. In fact, they decided to start telling you that if your mama and papa, they are not Yoruba, if your mama and papa are not Yoruba, then you are not. You are a third class, fourth class, fifth class, all the alien things in Yoruba land. They started bringing them up and they started wanting to force them. They are trying to force it. Yeah. Same thing in Igbo land. The Igbo bigots. They too will tell you, if your mama no be Igbo, if your mama no be papa, your papa no be Igbo, you no be Igbo, you no be original, you feel betray Igbo. We have to check all of you. Some of you na Fulani impregnated your mama. Na Yoruba coward, Yoruba betrayers, na them impregnated your mama. Igbo bigot exist, no doubt. I'm a Yoruba man that will never pretend that this is not happening, because to you, on the surface, everybody is just attacking themselves, forgetting the fact that beyond that surface, relationships have been destroyed, trusts have been broken, not because people did anything to themselves, or because of all these narratives being pushed. Think about your children's future. Do you want to have a child that they will say is not allowed in your region, in your place? And this is so much on Yoruba. It is on Igbo. It is on Southern. That means what I'm trying to say is that despite the state-sponsored genocide against the Biafrans, in fact, I think we should be very, very broad now. Whenever we talk about the Biafran genocide, Igbos are not the only people killed and slaughtered by the Nigerian states in that Biafran war or genocide. I don't think it's fair to call it Igbo genocide anymore. We should call it Biafran genocide as it is. It should be elaborated that not only the Igbos were slaughtered. Now, brothers and sisters whose their ancestors, their own forebearers, were slaughtered by Nigeria, today they are turning them against themselves. Why the same Nigeria continue to slaughter them? If your papa na Igbo, I mean, what do you think? You as a person, what do you think should be going on in the families where they have all these mixed marriages because of your criminal politicians who enjoys you divided, and they are not empowering you, especially you, the Ronukus. Yoruba land is like a place that just came out of a war, like a Syria that is just coming back from out of war. These guys are stealing and looting and impoverishing our people. And then you turn around and you said, you may be Yoruba. One of them said it. They said, I may be Yoruba, but they know that it's Igbo blood is in my, it is Igbo that is in my vein or something like that. I read that yesterday. And he said, like I said from the beginning, that person said, we know that because the Igbos are giving you super chats. That's why I put this super chat up. They sit down, they watch this broadcast and realize that the whole thing is all about everybody. Just know what role you are playing in encouraging what is going on in Nigeria today. Maybe if you do know the role you are playing to help these criminals to perpetuate this criminality against the people and get away with it, maybe if you know, you begin to withdraw. And if you withdraw your support for them, maybe all of us can actually face them without looking at them as a Yoruba, Igbo, Hausa, this or that. But no, they sit down there, they look at, you're me to. This one, you're me to. He's doing this. They say that I am against Yoruba. Bigots that are who say future and lives and even their own heritage are being stolen from them. To them, for coming out to expose their backward tribalism that does no one any good. Simply means for me coming out to kind of call out all these rogues, these criminals, these drug dealers, human traffickers, these treasury looters, destiny killers, those who are so hell-bent in turning our people into alimajiris, beggars. They said exposing them like this is me against Yoruba. Baba, you are watching me from Yoruba land, Abi. If you have to choose between Mayegun and the criminals leading you in Yoruba land today, as enemies of the Yoruba people, who would you choose? No, I know the bigots will kind of tell you that it's me, that I should support these criminals. Okay? That can't you see people insulting our leaders? Who are your leaders? That's the question. So when you see the Igbo bigots, a full efus, which I call losers as well, they tell others, you need to be very careful of this Yoruba man. Now, so all the Yoruba they do. I don't even know why all of you go to that Yoruba. I mean, they exist. But do you know something? Even the bigots need salvation. And that is what I am offering. I am offering you peace of mind. I am offering you clarity. I am naming and shaming the people responsible for everything that you are facing, all of us. And I don't care where they come from. So if the injustice you are helping them to promote is also affecting you, and you are pretending that you could live through it, there are those who don't want to. So you can sit down there and then start counting the super chats, start counting whatever it is, okay? Start doing that. That's your job. But the fact that you are here means that the old truth is not lost on you. It's not lost on you. So if somebody who lives in South Africa decided to want to just respond to the Ronukus, and he speaks like this, I have seen the Igbos tear this old wearies apart. This guy made a video, and his video is about, if they say the Igbos should leave Yoruba land, then the Igbos must destroy your. And Ronukus were like, yes, you see now, police, they say they should destroy Yoruba land. So now, Ronukus have something. No, you don't have anything. This one is the Igbo Ronuku, a loser. And he will be addressed as such.
Fight to the last, with the last blood. It's better you people rise, stop this here nonsense. Igbos who live in Lagos, open your eyes. Don't sleep with your two eyes. And when somebody push you, push back. You people should come together now. When they are shouting, Igbos must go. Plan how you defend yourself. Plan how you defend your property. Plan how you throw them inside lagoon. First of all, when he started, go straight to Oba, throw him inside the lagoon. Burn down Lagos. If they want to, if they will started this nonsense. What is wrong with you? See me see trouble. We came to Lagos to build Lagos. Lagos is full of water. Louis Ojukwu them, Hebrew, all of them, they come to build Lagos. After all, Lagos belong to, the first power of Lagos is from Benin. Now you are coming to claim what you don't have. Why are you claiming what you don't have? You are claiming what you don't have, and you can't give what you don't have. Who said Lagos belong to you? Enough is enough. Stop waking the lion, sleeping lion. Stop calling our name. Dismantle all this nonsense he is sharing in social media and warn your people. I'm calling the elders. Elders, rise up. You can't be elders and this moving around. Who is Sanwo-Olu? Who is Sanwo-Olu? This is an imbecile. Call himself Sanwo-Olu. Very wicked human being. Whatever you will do against Igbos, it will come back to you, hurt you. If it didn't hurt you, it will hurt your children, your generation. He said.
Nuisance lele. Nuisance lele.
A nuisance to the core. And there are many. You can see them. You will see the Yoruba bigot as well in their 50s, in their 60s. Most of them don't live in Nigeria. They live outside Nigeria. Go there. Go and throw their Oba in the lagoon. What the heck? We build Lagos. Louis Ojukwu them. Shut the hell up. And they are doing that. The Ronukus are going to feed on that and be like, you hearing them? Defend yourself. Yes, self-defense. If you are putting it on social media that that's also plaza. Man, Igbo must go. Jobless miscreants. Somebody who probably has no purpose in his life. He joined the conversation. Man, at that plaza where they Maryland, I hear saying I want Igbo man get armed. Because according to them, by the way, that's where some of you wanted to be bigots and stupid at the same time are completely unbelievable. Okay? When you start tearing yourself apart, Biafra, I'm not part of Biafra. We are not part of your this or that. These cretinous political criminals, ethnic baiters, to them, everybody that is from Ore, anything from Ore, going down, going up south, and the rest of that, right? All of them be Biafra, all of them be Igbo. And it's not because they don't know that you have more than 200 ethnic nationalities or tribal, in that axis. They know. They are educated enough to know, but they don't care. So that is why when I see some of you tearing yourselves apart as well, like, I'm like, you are just so stupid. You don't know. Because look at it. The Ronukus, who are like the South African, black, xenophobic South Africans, to them, when they see a plaza, they don't even know if that person is an Ijaw man or from Delta, Bibayelsa. But the fact that it's not owned by a Yoruba, and they know that it's owned by somebody from is an Igbo thing, they are looking forward to come and take it over or loot it. They want to loot your shops. So there's nothing wrong if you defend yourself. Imagine somebody who says, Mayegun is asking the Igbos to kill Yorubas. Sholori Bruku Nieni. So if you send your, what do you call it, your agberos, your